who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback.
So out come the Bucs now for their first drive.
They'll be led out by the man from Old Dominion, the former Monarch, at quarterback Taylor Heineke.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Throwing, Heineke.
His throw incomplete.
Nice play on the football, and while it was tipped in the air, it made everyone a little bit anxious before falling to the ground. You just know defensive players are taught to knock the ball to the ground. But early in games, emotions come into play. Nerves come into play. And despite the training, the ball was tipped up. Fortunately for them, they didn't pay for that error.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Up the gut, Fournette. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Next, receivers have spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
On 3rd and 1, here's Heineke.
And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Now Heineke. Throw left side, hauled in by Otten.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 27-yard line. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Heineke. He'll set up the screen to Fournette.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
On 3rd down, Heineke.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Juwan Jennings.
25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Bucs are on the board first here in this division round matchup.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And it's now a 7-0 game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay.
And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they will be led out by their 2nd-year quarterback.
On 1st down, Purdy. That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. First carry for Christian McCaffrey.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively. But when you do call quarterback sneak, you don't mind if your quarterback's a little bit on the vertically challenged side, do you? Because he's just going to hide behind his big guys up front and be able to surge forward and pick up the first down.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Still leaves him with 4th and short. Any chance you go for it?
It's definitely in the back of my mind. In fact, I've discussed it with my staff all week long, different situations that I may want to go for. Where's the ball in the field? Do I have confidence in my trigger guy? What am I going to do? I'm also talking about my analytics department. What are the odds? If I don't get it, what's it going to do to me the rest of the game? Personally, I end up taking all that, putting it in my head, and making a decision. And you know me, I'm probably going to go for it.
Wow, so you want to make an opening drive statement.
Yes, I do. Once I have the ball and I've got it on the move, I don't want to just give up that easily.
Fournette once more on 2nd down.
And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 36. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Heineke on first down. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive. He comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 7th play in the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
From the gun, Heineke.
Dumps it off to Fournette. Only able to gain a couple there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
After 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with 4th down and 1.
To throw is Heineke.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Up the gut, McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd.
Purdy from the gun. Complete. Jefferson to target.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Well, he gave one defender the slip, but others waiting in the wings and dropping him behind the line.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. On fourth down, Kyle Shanahan will send out the field goal unit. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
It's time to get another look at this Buccaneer offense. They're coming off a fourth down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on fourth down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
On set, and a loose football. But it looks like a Buccaneer was able to corral it. Yes, the Bucs have it. Tampa Bay keeps the possession.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Here's Heineke.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Returnable for Thomas. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. The 49ers offense making its way back out there.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. And he's got this to Jefferson.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this...
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt.
Heineke now looking to throw on first down.
Airing this one out for Evans. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Heineke to throw it. Myles Garrett just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those 2 hands over his head, that universal signal for a safety? But it's at the 1-yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you get sacked that close to the goal line.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
That defense just did not budge, and now your punter. Well, this is why you pay him.
It is. It's exactly why you pay him. But what he's got to be thinking about are a couple of things. Number 1, don't step back. Could be a safety. Number 2, cut down your time on your mechanics. If you're a 2-step punter, it needs to be 1 step to get rid of the football.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Purdy to throw it on first down.
That's Samuel, caught left side.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Now Purdy.
Got his target, Samuel.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
On first down, it's Purdy. Back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw. He's got Ayuk once again.
Touchdown! Brandon Ayuk from 10 yards out. And the 49ers have taken the lead. Now the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Heineke. He's got Otten.
No gain on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
A returnable for Thomas.
It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Here's Purdy. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Purdy looking to throw on 1st down here. This one brought in by Jefferson.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And this one is right down the middle. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. So we've come upon half.
A look around the...
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Purdy.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Purdy's throw into the hands of Pitts here. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a give to Fournette. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Heineke. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey.
And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fielded at about the 28. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Looking to throw, Heineke. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Throwing, Heineke.
Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
Here's Thomas on the return.
A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Bucs are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Heineke now from the 50.
And his throw is incomplete.
Timing is crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Again, it's Heineke. This one taken in by Otten. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. From the 35 on 2nd down.
Heineke.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 25-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Fournette running out of the gun. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the 22,
Heineke. Out route, and the ball is caught by Godwin.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
A handoff to Fournette. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Heineke now.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
On 4th down, Ryan Succop now for the Buccaneer field goal.
A 33-yarder from the left hash. Succop's kick is good. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now. It's 16-10.
Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation, they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense to get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control.
And he coughed it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key. And now, as as with every potential turnover, we're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
After reviewing the play.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. To throw again on 2nd down.
Purdy. Got a man. That's Ayuk.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. 2nd and 9 from the 44. Purdy looking to throw.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. That's going to be caught by Pitts.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. They go right back to him for 20 and a 1st.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Purdy now to throw.
And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And his kick here is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3.
So that, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal to start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
They begin with a run by Fournette. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Heineke. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 3rd down, Heineke.
Steps away to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Thomas. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And now first downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving, up by 2 scores as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory.
66 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
On first down, Purdy.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers.
A 15-point game now. You make the extra point, and that means on the other side you need 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. I think they're going to take it next. So they called it a touchdown originally. This will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Heineke.
Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Heineke now looking to throw on first down.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Here's Heineke.
That's complete to his receiver, Godwin.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Looking for Godwin again, and he's got him once more. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Heineke, he's got Otten. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Now Heineke.
He'll get this to Jennings over the middle.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
And they'll throw again. Heineke.
And this is caught. Jennings.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And this is intercepted. And that should do it.
Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. Pushes him over.
And he's going to have a Niners first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. On second down, McCaffrey. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?